Or hearing about the mysterious lights in the sky.
Just last week, more lights were spotted in the sky, and as our Shara Kimiko tells us, many don't believe these lights are flares or planes.
Frank and Jenna, at least 4 people from all over the valley recorded the strange lights that were seen on Wednesday night. Now, these strange lights were seen just like these that were recorded in March 13th, in 1997. Now, instead of calling them UFOs, people are now calling them UHOs, unidentified hovering objects.
So we have 4 in a row here. This is from the same view from last March 13th.
But this is home video taken from last Wednesday night. The bright lights were seen hovering in the sky by the Estrella Mountains for almost an hour.
They appear to appear and after a while disappear and then reappear in a different location.
Sue Kristen and her husband saw the lights from their Moon Valley home, but they weren't the only ones to record the lights. People by Camelback, Apache Junction, and Buckeye did too.
By having these witnesses and their videos and their positions already in our database, we're able to quickly triangulate and see that the lights that appeared that we saw with our own eyes were right along the same locations as last March 13th.
But unlike the V-shaped lights spotted back in March, these lights were in a straight line, and there was also another set of lights in a triangle. But could these lights just be flares?
Flares are supposed to illuminate. These lights do not illuminate.
I don't know. I don't believe that they're flares. I don't see them drop. I don't see smoke around them.
They cannot be flares. Their optical characteristics, their motion pattern, and the geometry of where they physically are located, none of those match up with flares being discharged at any military base in this state.
Now take a look at this. This is home video from 5 years ago. In November of 1992, V-shaped lights were also seen hovering in the Phoenix skies. With all this evidence of UFO sightings, should government agencies become involved?
If this is an extraterrestrial spacecraft or a covert military project, in either case, the military knows, so they're not going to talk about it.
Whether that's true or not, the lights will always be a talked about phenomenon to folks in Arizona.
Now, you may remember last Tuesday, Phoenix Councilwoman Frances Emma Barwood announced that UFOs will be one of the major issues in her campaign for Arizona's Secretary of State. And Frank and Jana, we did try and call Councilwoman Barwood this afternoon, but we have been unable to contact her.
It is fascinating.
It is a fascinating subject. A lot of people are interested.
Thanks, Sharon.
It's 10 o'clock, live from Fox Studios. Fox 10 News at 10.
Well, it's happened again, folks. Strange lights are sighted hovering over the valley, this time in the far west valley. Good evening, I'm Terry McSweeney.
And I'm Marlene Galan. This time, one Arizona lawmaker is pushing for answers.
I believe there's a possibility of life on somewhere else in the galaxy. I don't know why there wouldn't be.
Like many, Senator John McCain isn't ruling out any explanation for the strange lights. But if there's a reasonable explanation, why can't we get an answer? Fox 10's Gina Salazar is live in Phoenix with tonight's big story.
Well, Marlene, I wish we had the answer, but believe me, for the last 3 nights, people have been calling us. The phones have been ringing practically off the hook, with people saying that they have seen these orange, almost amber-colored lights high over the city skyline, mostly around the Estrella Mountains. We went out there tonight to check it out, and we actually saw them. Is it a UFO, flares, or a secret military operation? As Fox 10 cameras capture the strange amber lights over the Estrella Mountains, the questions linger. Shirley McRae noticed them last night on her way home.
They're an amber-colored light, and they're real shiny, real sparkly like.
This woman, who wishes to remain anonymous, also captured the mysterious lights with her video camera.
Actually, I've been involved with the investigation for some time, and trying to be as credible and professional with the data as possible and document everything. And from what has been studied, it's been shown quite clearly that they do not fit into any earthly spectrum.
Senator John McCain is looking into the sightings.
We've asked the Air Force, obviously I can't investigate myself, but we've asked the Air Force, the National Guard, the FAA, and we get consistently no response of any explanation for some of these reports.
None of them deny the possibility of another life form somewhere in the universe.
One of the most interesting things for me in my investigation is that it really affects people, it transforms people once they do see this.
I do not believe that there is anything that would show that there's an alien presence over Arizona, although certainly if there were, they have very good taste in choosing the valley as a place to inhabit first.
Always keeping a little bit of humor in this, Marlene. Now, if you missed this tonight, you are possibly going to be able to see a vapor trail tomorrow around 6:30 Arizona time. They're going to be setting off the Minuteman II missile in Vandenberg, California, and we understand you will be able to see that vapor trail here.
Any word from the military on the lights we've seen or these people have seen in the last couple of days?
Marlene, we have called everyone, the National Guard. We have called Luke. We've called Goodyear Airport, the airport at Sky Harbor. No one has any idea what they are yet.
All right, or if they're not saying, at least it's not the missiles that they're sending off tomorrow, right?
Exactly, yeah, they're not saying anything about this tonight, just tomorrow.
All right, thanks very much, Gina. Fox 10 News spoke with Frances Emma Barwood about the strange lights. Barwood recently declared her candidacy for Secretary of State, announcing that getting to the bottom of unexplained lights in the sky is a major priority for her. Barwood told us, quote, "We should find out what they are. Things that we don't know or are unusual or unexplained. To me, it's just normal curiosity to find out what it is," end quote.
Well, if there are aliens up there, I hope they come and get this guy. A busy bank robber in the valley tonight, knocking on...
It has happened again tonight. Maybe you saw them. Strange lights over the valley. We are getting a lot of calls here at Fox 10 News. Gina Salazar live in Fox 10 Control tonight with perhaps another chapter in this weird story. Gina?
Well, John, those calls started coming in Monday night, and tonight, really over the last hour and a half, we have gotten close to 20 calls, all of them from people saying that they are seeing these strange amber lights over the Estrella Mountains. And you know, as they say, the best proof is seeing is believing. Take a look. At first, we were skeptical, sitting next to a cotton field off Van Buren between Litchfield Road and Mirage. But suddenly, out of the blackness, we saw one orange light. It lasted about 2 minutes and was just like witnesses described.
We looked over to the south, and I seen a light, and I seen this other light, and they were both amber colored. They both looked the same.
We see them pop up. It's quite exciting. It really is, because they're huge. They're bigger than any light in the city. They're golden amber, bright golden amber, and they're motionless. That's what they really are mesmerizing.
A few minutes later, 2 lights appear. As we watch through the viewfinder, we can see a slight trail, what appears to be smoke behind it, as they drop slowly.
From what has been studied, it's been shown quite clearly that they do not fit into any earthly spectrum.
Even Senator John McCain is getting calls about these new, mysterious lights.
I don't know any good answers to it, except to say that so far we have found no evidence of any black helicopters or alien invasion or anything of that nature. But there has been an inability to explain the reports that some have made about the presence of lights.
John, they have called everybody, the National Guard, the Air Force, the FAA. No one has any idea what these lights are right now, but as you can see in the video, they were pretty low. They were orange, and like we said, they looked like they were maybe dropping possibly a flare. I'm not the one to say.
No, but military flares, I mean, it would fit that category by the looks of it. That video, you can clearly see some type of trail coming out of the top of that light.
That's right, but we still haven't heard anything. We've called Luke Air Force Base. They're telling us that they know nothing about it. So
all right,
for now, it remains a mystery.
Well, as it always seems to be around here. Gina Salazar live. Thanks, Gina.
It's the aliens again. Now, here's a warning about some strange lights you're going to see tomorrow. The Air Force plans to launch a Minuteman II missile just after 6:30 tomorrow night from a base in California. The vaporous trail should be visible in Arizona, but at least this strange light will have an explanation.